and welcome. My name is Calliope, and I'm going to be performing your treatment today. How are you doing today? Okay, I hope by the time you leave this session, you feel even just the littlest bit better. So I was looking at your client sheet, and it looks like you wanted to have an acupuncture treatment and possibly had a little bit of interest in Gua Sha. Is that correct? Okay, so any particular reason why you were interested in either of these treatments? Just kind of curious. Yes, and people who talk about acupuncture tend to rave about it, don't they? Yes, so let me tell you a little bit about the treatments and we can firm up if that's what you'd like to do. Okay, so let's start with acupuncture. It is a traditional Chinese medicine modality. It's been around for thousands of years. I think the time it was first recorded was about 100 BC, but there could be evidence that it's been around for a lot longer. That was just the first time that they've seen it officially pop up. Now in acupuncture, we will be using needles, of course, and most people tend to have a little bit of an aversion to needles for a good reason. But the needles that we use are about as thin as a hair. So if you take a look at your hair, that's about as thin as it is. It's very thin, and you might have a little bit of sensation, but at the same time, when I put in the needle, there's also going to be pressure around the skin, which kind of confuses the nerves. It's not sure what it's feeling. So oftentimes most people just feel the pressure and not exactly the needle going in. Again, they're very thin, so if you do feel something, it would be quite small, okay? But some people that does turn them off, and that's more than fine. That's why I wanted to talk about it with you. So with these needles, we would insert them into the skin at specific depths, depending on the area that we're treating or depending on what the situation calls for. So I will be looking at your tongue and your pulses, as those are how we diagnose conditions with traditional Chinese medicine. We do tongue diagnosis and pulse diagnosis. If we were doing Japanese acupuncture, then we would also look at the hara, which is your abdomen, and use all of these different tools to get a better look into your condition and how we want to treat it. So with acupuncture, the goal is to clear blockages in your meridians. So your meridians are like your energy lines in your body filled with qi. And if there is a blockage, it can cause pain or disease. And along each of these 14 meridians, we would be placing needles in to help stimulate the flow of qi and get rid of any blockage. Now, on the Western medicine side, it is thought that possibly the reason that acupuncture works is that it stimulates endorphins, which is a natural painkiller and also makes you feel a little better as well. So both on the Chinese medicine side and the Western medicine side, there is possibility that it would work both ways. So with Gua Sha, let me show you what we would be using. This is my little Gua Sha tool. We would be using it on the face. It has these different edges depending on what area we would be working on. And Gua Sha in Chinese means to scrape. So this tool is used to scrape along. Well, scrape's kind of a coarse term for it, but in regards to the face, we would be smoothing the tool along the face, mostly in an upward motion, and that helps stimulate blood flow, helps bring lymph back to the appropriate lymph nodes and can make your face feel temporarily tighter, can make it feel less puffy as well. So we can look into doing that as well. It's like a face massage with a jade stone, basically. Okay, so do you have any questions? No, I kind of got a comprehensive view of it, yeah. So is this still something that you wish to do? I understand if maybe it's not. Okay, wonderful. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to first sanitize my hands, and then we can get started with the treatment. I do want to note, as far as sanitation goes, our needles that we use are disposable. They're single use, and when we're done with them, they go into a sharps container, so they won't be used on anybody else, and they won't be free floating in a trash bag somewhere. They do have a dedicated container, and they are disposed of properly. And we also will be swabbing any areas that we use with alcohol. If there's any bleeding at all, then we will also clean that up and take care of that. That doesn't happen too often, but if it does, some say that it is like opening a window in the body, and that's the body's way of releasing. So we'll get to that if we come to it. I don't see it very often. So let me just sanitize my hands. And then we can start with the tongue diagnosis. So all I will have you do is just stick out your tongue for me. Okay? Just stick out your tongue, just like that, and I'll take a look. Okay? Alright, so I can already see that the tongue is a pale color. When we look at the tongue, we're looking at the color, we're looking at any marks around it, like you have some scalloping around the edges here. We're looking for the surface of the tongue, if there's any fur coating it. We're looking at the size. So your tongue's a little thin, it's pale. We do have those scallop marks. So it looks more like this is pointing to a lot of chi deficiency. So how have your energy levels been? Right, okay. Well, and part of that might be because we're going into winter, but if it's a pretty noticeable difference, then we certainly want to look at the chi flow, and we can look at that with the pulse diagnosis as well. Okay, go ahead and put your tongue back in your mouth. All right, so now I'm going to be doing your pulses. Now with pulse diagnosis, we don't do it like we do in Western medicine, where we just press our couple of fingers right here and count the number of beats. There are actually 3 spots that we check at 3 different depths on each side. So 9 different points each side. And I'll be feeling for the rhythm, the speed, the texture of it, and we'll see what your pulse has to say about your body's health, okay? So if you could just give me, let's start with your left hand here. Okay. And we're just going to sit here for a moment while I check each of the 9 pulses. Each of the pulses corresponds to a different aspect, like a meridian. Okay. Just takes me a few moments. And I'm going to switch to the other side, so if you could give me your right hand. Yep, let me just feel right here. Okay. So how have your stress levels been? Yeah, whose aren't high, right? Yes, indeed. Definitely feel that. Okay, so what I'm getting from your tongue and your pulse diagnoses is that we do have a little bit of qi deficiency going on. I'm also sensing some weakness in the spleen and liver channels. So this doesn't necessarily mean your actual spleen, your actual liver. These are just names given to general areas of the body. And I think I know what points I want to do for you. So I'm going to get our needles and then we're gonna swab the points, okay? Do let me know if at any point you want to stop, okay? All right. So these are double packaged. I'm gonna get them out of the first package. Okay, and then we'll swab before we take them out of their hard case. So we're going to be doing some points on the hand. So if you could give me, there we go. We will do a couple of points on the feet and the legs as well. We don't want to focus on one area. We want to bring it through the whole body and balance everything. And these ones will primarily be for the spleen and liver here. Spleen's mostly going to be for energy. Okay. And then we're going to do a point right on the forehead here. Good. And then at the ears, we have 1 point each side on the ears. There are hundreds of different acupuncture points on the body, so it takes just a moment to decide which ones we want to do. But I think these will be the best for you. We don't want to go too hard the first time. We kind of want to build upon it. So if this is something you like, this is something we can continue doing and continue working with. So now we get the needles. So as I said, these are very thin needles. That just plucks just like that. So let's move that one to this side and we'll get a fresh one. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with, let me grab this. I want to do one on the elbow here too. Grab a little more alcohol just to make sure. Okay. Good. And let's start with the one on the elbow and then we'll get into the hand. So I'm just going to stabilize the skin here and press the needle in. So I want you to take a deep breath in for me and out. Okay, just like that. How was that? Yeah, with that bit of stabilization on the skin, it's pretty hard to feel it. So now I'm just going to be very gently tapping on it with my finger. So we get it to the desired depth. Okay, and how are we doing? Do you feel any sensation at all there? Maybe a little bit of warmth. Yeah, it might feel just like a little achy almost, very, very small ache. A lot of people do feel warmth as well. That's a good sign. So we have that, and then we will get one on the hand. Okay, so deep breath in for me. And out. Good. And then we'll do a little tap, 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 tap. Just like that. Okay. And then we're going to do the ones on the feet, and we're doing one on the leg. So these will help balance as well. They'll also be really good for energy. So go ahead and take a deep breath in for me. And out. Good. And tap, 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 tap. Good. Let's grab another one. Okay, deep breath in. And out. Good. And tap, 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 tap. Good. How are we doing? Okay. I try to be a little quick so then you don't have to get in your head at all. It's just happens real quick. Okay. And the leg here. Take a deep breath in for me. And out. Good. Good. Okay. And now we are going to be doing what is known as yin tongue, and that is right on the forehead. That one's really good for helping to clear the mind. So this is coming in at an angle here. If you could take a deep breath in for me. And out. Good. Good, okay. And one in each ear. These are really good for stress. So take a deep breath in for me. And out. Tap, 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 tap. Okay. All right, last one. Take a deep breath in for me. And out. Good. Tap, 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 tap. Okay, so I'm just going to be stimulating each point a little bit. Means I'm just going to kind of almost, let me grab one of them, just kind of a little bit. All right, so we've got one on the elbow here. Good. Hand. And the leg. The feet. Just very gentle, making sure they're in the right spot. We have the head here. Okay, so these needles are generally left for 20 to 25 minutes. If you want, I can give you a little blanket, or I can turn out the lights in the room and I'll let you sit for a little bit before we take them out. Okay, it's up to you. Okay, absolutely. So I will just be in the next room. There's a little bell right here. You can, yep, right there. So if you need me, you can let me know and I will come right back in. Okay? All right, so I'll let you sit with that. You can close your eyes, doze off, or just hang out, whatever you'd like. And then we will remove the needles and go into the Gua Sha, okay? All right, good. Okay, how are we doing? A little dazed, a little relaxed. Good. So we are going to be taking out our needles and making sure that there isn't any bleeding, and if there is, then we'll clean it up and take care of it. Okay. So let's go ahead and start firstly with the elbow one. So I'm just going to pull it out and then push the tissue on the skin so we can close it up. Okay. And good. This goes into the sharps container. And then we have the one at the hand here. Okay, so we'll just pull. Good. Okay, we have the leg here. And just pull and hold this container. Okay. And we have the feet as well, so just pull that out and hold the tissue there. Good. This one right here. Okay. And then last one on the foot. Okay, and pull. And then we'll do the ones on the face. Okay, that looks good. Let me just flip over my tissue here. Okay, so we have our needle here. We will just very gently pull it out and hold the tissue there. Good. Okay. We have this side, pull. Good. Alright, and then we have this side, and we will just pull that out and hold that there. Okay, so it looks like there was really only one area that had just a spot, so I am going to clean that up. I'm going to sanitize it, and then if you would like, I can put a band-aid on it. It is better to leave it open in the air because that's supposed to be releasing, but if it makes you more comfortable to have a band-aid on it, it wasn't currently doing anything, but I just want to make sure your comfort is the highest priority. Okay, no problem. So we'll just set that to the side, and then we will look at the Gua Sha. So the Gua Sha, we had mentioned this tool is made of jade, and we use it to almost massage the face. And we do it in different strokes and help release some of that tension, get rid of any stuck areas, tight areas. Now, if you would like, I can use a little bit of facial oil. Some people don't like to do that, especially if they already have oily skin, so it's completely up to you. Okay, no problem. So I will just be coming in with the Gua Sha tool. We will start at the neck and go up to the face, okay? All right, so we're gonna start here. Go up, 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 up. Good. And then when we get to the end, we do a little wiggle, help release it. Up, 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 up. Good. Up, up, up. Wiggle. This can help tighten and tone the face. If you have a lot of puffiness or stagnation in the face, it can help move things around a little. Good. And then this little area is perfect for the jaw. We'll go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Good. 1, 2, 3. Just like that. And then we have the curve of the face. Go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then at the temple, we can do a little bit of rubbing here, little circles. Good. And then across the forehead. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And we have the other side here. We have the jaw. 1, 2, 3. Good. 1, 2, 3. Good. We have the temples. Switch hands for just a moment. little bit better control with my dominant hand. Good. And then we can smooth along the forehead. 1, 3. Give it a little wiggle. And then we also want to go up, up, up the nose, up, up, up the nose, up the nose. And I like to get in right here and do some circles. The nares. Do just little bits here where we bring that over. Good. Good. Okay. Now the Gua Sha is very stimulating. So, if you would like, I can finish it with a nice soothing face massage. Okay? It's more for if you're wishing to relax. However, if you do want to keep up that energy and keep that stimulating quality, I can give you a good, stimulating, reinvigorating massage. Okay? It's up to you. So, let's do a little bit of stroking, very light stroking when we're going downwards, not putting any pressure behind it because typically we want to go upwards, work against gravity. So this is just getting you used to my touch. And then we can go up. Use effleurage first. Effleurage. Effleurage. Good. I don't necessarily go in any specific order, just whatever I feel called in, especially with what we treated for you. Okay, just bring that to the side. We worked with a lot of lymphatic drainage and stimulating when we did the Gua Sha, so I just want to smooth everything, keep it moving a little bit, but mostly smooth everything, smoothing, working it upwards. Good. I like to focus on the forehead and the jaw, so everybody could use a little less forehead and jaw tension, huh? You could all use opening up the forehead a little bit and relaxing the jaw. And we can go up the neck as well. Bring it all back. Under the jaw, you have the submental and submandibular lymph nodes. We can give them a little rub. The preauricular lymph nodes and the postauricular lymph nodes. Okay, we can just bring these down. Not putting too much pressure behind it because we don't want to go downwards with pressure, but just to drain this all out. Drain this down through the lymph nodes and the neck. We did all that stimulation. We can go down to supraclavicular here. Good, make sure that's all cleared out. Just keep that movement flowing. It'll help to make sure you're getting a lot of water. Hydration is the best detox for your body. A little bit. Good. And then we can finish with just some light stroking. No pressure behind it, just mostly used for relaxation, for calming. And how was that? Good, that's good to hear. So that will conclude our treatment if there's nothing else that you would like to do. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the possibility of subsequent visits. So today we worked primarily on the spleen and liver channels, as well as addressing the energy, the qi deficiency issues that you've been having. Now with acupuncture, we can do these general treatments like we've done today, and then subsequently we can do more specialized or more concentrated points. For example, if you've been having back pain, shoulder pain, things of that nature, or even things like brain fog, loss of focus, that sort of thing. We can also address those. Now, oftentimes we will see people once a week for a certain amount of weeks, whether it's 8 or 12, just kind of depends on what all they want addressed, what all we want to do, and we keep doing it until we're not seeing much more benefit out of it. So it's up to you on how you want to go about it. If you end up feeling really great for a few days, but then kind of start coming down a little bit, we can always do twice a week as well, so that we keep that really good feeling for a while. But if you're finding that you're feeling just fine for about a week or so, then we can do just the 1 week. So if you would like us to start working on more finer points of your health, then we can certainly look into that. Otherwise, if you want to do it for general relaxation, that is just fine as well. It's completely up to you on how you want to go forth. Okay? All right. I don't want to put any pressure on you right now, especially when you are just hanging out. So I will let you decide. I'll put that all up to you, and you can either chat with our receptionist on the way out, or you can give us a call later. And I want you to just kind of notice how you're feeling the next couple of days. See if this is something that works for you. If you feel a lot more relaxed, a lot more centered and at ease, if you're feeling a little bit more energy, then those are all signs that it would be a good idea for us to keep doing it. If you're not really seeing anything, then it's fine. It's not a big deal. Okay? All right. Do you have any questions at all for me? All right. Very good. So I will let you rest. You're free to get up whenever you wish and go whenever you wish. This room is booked out for the next hour. So if you find that you need to take a little nap or just need to hang out for a little bit, that's just fine. Sometimes during these acupuncture sessions, you can feel a little drained at first because your body and your energy is kind of reacclimating to the changes that we've done. Even if they are for the benefit, it is still a change, and it takes a second for everything to reach an equilibrium again. Okay? So you rest, you relax. I'm just going to clean up my area, and I will let you be. Okay? That's going to be it for me. I really enjoyed having you as a client, and I hope I get to see you again here soon. I hope you have a whale of a day and a good rest of your night. Thank you. Bye now. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. I create primarily medical, alternative medicine / pseudoscience, and personal attention ASMR roleplays. If
description box where I offer early access to videos, exclusive content,